There are still places on this planet where the wild has the final word. Where jungles meet the sea, and limestone cliffs rise like monuments carved by time itself. No skylines, no highways, just nature uninterrupted. Here, humans must adapt, not conquer. This is Palawan, the last frontier. Beneath the surface, coral reefs pulse with colour and movement. Fragile ecosystems that support entire communities above. In the mangroves, roots twist and lock together, protecting coastlines from storms and sheltering juvenile marine life, like this curious mud skipper, the amphibious fish known for their ability to walk on land using their strong pectoral fins. Above, the forests breathe, dense, humid, alive. Every step echoes with insects, birds, and unseen creatures moving just out of sight. This is not scenery. This is a living system, balanced, complex, and ancient. Everywhere you walk, something is moving. Leaves tremble without wind, the forest listens, and the ocean responds. In Palawan, life doesn't hide. It reveals itself slowly, if you're patient enough to notice. High in the canopy, long-tailed macaques move with quiet confidence, leaping between branches, watching from above. They're curious, alert, intelligent. When you're somewhere like Palawan, it reminds you what the world can look like when it's left this untouched. And there's a reason that they describe the beaches here as some of the best in the world, and that landscape that's so green and rich with life, and it really does feel so alive here in Palawan. That's inclusive of the people as well that live alongside the wildlife. Everything feels so intricate together and it works really, really well. And it's impossible not to get a sense of hope being somewhere like Palawan, but also a reminding concern that not a lot of the world looks like this. It's very easy to romanticize about Palawan when you're out in that landscape and in the water. But standing here in the busy city of Puerto Princesa, it does remind you that this last frontier is of course at risk. With every visitor, every anchor dropped, the balance shifts and coral takes decades to grow. What makes Palawan extraordinary is also what makes it vulnerable. It's not a question of whether it will change, but how. Tourism is of course growing, the boats are multiplying, and places that used to be remote and really unreachable are now becoming very accessible. But accessibility always comes at a cost. The real question is, what kind of change are we going to leave behind? There is one place in Palawan where that question feels even heavier. A new natural wonder of the world, a place shaped not by decades, but by millions of years. Beneath the limestone mountains of northern Palawan flows one of the longest navigable underground rivers on Earth. This river disappears beneath the earth for more than 8 kilometers, twisting through vast chambers of stone. Rock formations resemble faces, animals, ancient figures. There are areas inside the caves so large they are considered among the largest cave chambers in the world. A full mountain-to-sea ecosystem, including old-growth forest, swamp, mangroves, and beach ecosystems. Stalactites hang like frozen rainfall. Cathedral-like ceilings rise into darkness. Deep inside, water echoes. Droplets fall with ceremonial patience. Each one has been sculpting this chamber for hundreds of thousands of years. Slow, sacred ticking of geological time, and then the darkness deepens. Your light reaches only so far. Beyond it, the cave continues, vast, unknowable. Bats shift in the high ceilings as we are floating through a mountain, through a system carved long before cities, before empires, before memory. This place has known only water, stone, and silence. Outside the cave, along the riverbanks and in the shade of twisted roots, monitor lizards patrol the sand. Long bodies, armoured scales, forked tongues tasting the air. They move without urgency, without fear, as if they have seen centuries pass. Reptilian eyes watch from the undergrowth, unblinking, unreadable. They are not guardians in the human sense. They do not defend monuments. They simply exist here, as they always have. And in doing so, they remind you that this ecosystem was never built for us. The underground river and park are vital for ecosystem conservation, scientific research, and sustainable tourism in the Philippines. Local communities also benefit economically from regulated tourism and ongoing conservation programs aimed to protect endangered species and preserve the natural environment. Palawan is called the last frontier because it still feels alive. Alive in the hush of its forests, alive in the shifting tides, and alive in the quiet darkness beneath its mountains. Here, the world moves as it has for millennia, guided by water, wind, and time. Places like this are becoming rare. Across the planet, rainforests and reefs are shrinking, their edges pressed closer each year by the weight of our expansion. But here, for now, the balance still holds. Palawan is still alive, and that is something worth keeping.